What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good? Welcome back to the Political Soul Food Live. It's your boy. I'm back. So it's a delight to be here. Today I want to talk about Cardi B. Cardi B and politics. You know what I mean? What y'all got to say about that? I mean, my general question is: should celebrities and entertainers and rappers and singers and athletes be more outspoken and be involved? And that's what I want to ask you all out here. So let's bring in the folk. Let's bring them in here on IG right now. Just bringing in the whole family. Let's see what's good. Let's see what's good. No doubt, no doubt. Okay, we're gonna make sure everything's all good with the volume. Make sure the Facebook crew can hear. Okay, give me 1 second. We're looking good. We're looking good. We should be looking good. How we are out there? How we are? We got volumes up, down. Let me know what's good. So we're up here on IG. We're also up here on Facebook, and we're up here on YouTube. Let's see what's good. Let's see what's good. We got Poetic Wisdom. What's good, Poetic Wisdom? How you doing? Listen, we're talking about Cardi B in politics and in general. Should celebrities, entertainers, rappers, and singers and athletes be more involved, more outspoken? That's what we're going to get into today. So yes, 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 folks. I'm gonna let you chime in, and we're gonna set it off. We're gonna set it off up here. How y'all doing Saturday night? Let's see what's good. Alrighty, alrighty. We got somebody up here on Facebook, which is good. Facebook crew was popping. Facebook is beating Instagram these days. What's popping, everybody? What's popping? Let's make this happen. That's good. That's good. Let's make sure we set it off over here. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Cardi B made a statement. A friend of mine has sent me a video of Cardi B going in on Trump, and it was real. It was straight up real. In fact, it motivated me, particularly at my friend's invitation to respond to that. And tell you the truth, as I started thinking about what I'm gonna say, I was inspired by Cardi jumping in and and making her case about this government shutdown. This government shutdown is is an attack, man, against the well-being of our country. The motivation is supposed to be the wall and to protect this country. But the problem with that is that border crossings is at its lowest in history. So the data with border crossings and the data on immigration does not match up with the anxiety that Trump is ramping up in this country. And so it doesn't make sense to follow through on his agenda for a wall. So what purpose does a wall serve at this point? I mean, it's really here to abet a certain group of people who want this country to be isolated, who want this country to fit a very individualized of identity. And I'm sorry to say, I'll keep it real. That identity is white identity. That's right. If you look at the most vocal part of Trump's base, and even the more subtle ones, the ones who sit on the sidelines and let Trump do his thing, they are pushing for a more cohesive white establishment. They're driving economic segregation to realign the wealth, not just along the 1%, but also along the lines of race. So I know a lot of people like to harp on the class issue, but it's more than that. And guess what? Cardi B wasn't having any of that. Whether or not she dissected it in that way doesn't matter. She knows, she knew, and she felt deep down in her core that this was wrong. And she spoke up. Now, this is very important because there are a lot of people. I have a friend of mine, for example, who are not fazed by any of Trump's machinations. There are a lot of people who have benefited from the tax cuts that the GOP passed last year. But even they, understanding that they are one of many brothers and sisters of the American community, knew that that wasn't right. That it's all wrong. It's all a scam. That it's clear that the trickle-down economic prophecy is never coming true. And it would be very dangerous, and it is very dangerous still, if those who are successful via wealth, fame, or whatever, buy into that. So for that reason, I think that we need, it is a good thing for celebrities to be a part of the discussion, of the debate. This is exactly what we need for people to be more vocal about what's going on. What is your take on this? Because my take right now is that Cardi B stepped up, and that's just what the doctor ordered. Now, a lot of people might say, well, she's, engaged in, the entertainment business, and this is just getting her views, yada, yada, yada. Well, first of all, we got to start from somewhere. And people are going to engage in the way that they know how, and based on where they are in their lives right now, from their past. So she's not a politician. Cardi B is not a politician. But we all have a moral obligation to be a part of the politics of our society. And she stepped into that obligation. She stepped into her role and her responsibility. So let's welcome her. Let's applaud her. and let us cheer her on, because she can spread the message even further, and she can even rally up a base that's much, much needed right now in our society, our youth, and many who are not really checking for the New York Times or the Washington Post. Okay, if we can tap into that generation, we can bring in another infantry to make change. So for that reason, tapping into generations, tapping into demographics that could help make a difference is the motivation, or is the reason why I think that more celebrities should be involved. What's your take on that? I guess they damn if they do and damn if they don't. Especially if they're not coming off like Che Guevara or Malcolm X, then their words don't mean anything. Is that the kind of game we're gonna play? Well, not me. I embrace all to get involved. I embrace all to get involved in politics. So I give Cardi B mad credit for what she did. She gets mad credit for that, stepping up in her way. Her voice is mad powerful. I did a little like tribute video, put it up on Instagram and YouTube. Who knows if it'll ever get to her, but it was really to amplify her presence among people that I know. And that's what I think, we need to do. We need to amplify that. Her voice, our voice, anybody's voice who is trying to do the right thing. It's not the time to look at how imperfect they are. If they're on that right path, if they're running that marathon, give them a bottle of water to keep on going. That's what I see. So otherwise, if you're trying to mute her, if you're trying to qualify her, then you ain't for the cause. You're taking away the extra energy she's bringing to the table. So again, I want more industry celebrities, singers, rappers, dancers to step up and get involved in this conversation. This is what we need right now, more than ever. We need to unify our entire society. We need to combine our forces. We got to unite from high and low. United we stand, divided we fall. And someone like Cardi B is helping to unify our stance against the Republican regime. And another thing we have to remember is it's not just Trump. In fact, I always say Trump is just really a battering ram. Tax plan ain't his plan. The wall, it's not his American dream. These are items on a long-standing agenda. This agenda may not have been announced as loudly as it is being announced now, but it's always been in the playbook. In fact, there have been whispers of this, but we weren't listening. Especially in the last 8 years, under maybe 10 years, I should say, under Obama, people didn't understand what the Republican Party was all about. They didn't understand what was at stake. And a lot of us let this nonsense happen, on top of which, I'm not going to omit, the GOP was cheating, obviously. Cheating with the help of Russia, and also straight up cheating at the polls. So we all know that's the case. But at the end of the day, there's way more we could have done to step up, just to secure this country and protect it against the growing fascism that's going on right now. This nationalism that's emerging and bubbling up. People are not playing with us. So anyway, all that to say, we need all hands on deck. And that's why I like it like that. I like it that Cardi B is in the game. I like it that Cardi B is is putting her name on the movement. I like it that Cardi B is messing with Trump and the administration. I like all that, and I got her back for that. This is this is it right here. So whatever avenue you were coming from, you can be an artist, you can be an educator, you the dancer. I don't care. A bus driver, a scientist. Step up, step up, step up. Cardi B came and stepped up. She even admitted she wasn't even sure what goes down, but guess what? She stepped up. That's what I'm talking about. That's real. That's real. And if I had a crown, I'll be putting it on her head. She's tapping into a demographic that is so needed. She is showing empathy, sympathy, concern for those who are struggling. Some of us are so distant from this shutdown that we're not affected by it. So it's easy for us to just like kind of go along with it. You know, Obama talked about that empathy. And that's what we need. You know, we need a little bit more of that empathy. You know, there are a lot of different groups pushing for their own cause, and I get that. And I'm all for those causes. But now we got to grab each other's hand and say, listen, we in this together. For sure, Leo Queen, good looks for sure, for sure. We definitely got to spread that message. Together, we got to do that. We're going to change. If we want to change anything, you know, there's different ways to make change, but you know, my platform is about conversations. Because the first thing is straight up. We gotta get on that page. We gotta come on that same page. It doesn't mean that we're gonna see everything in the same way, but we gotta step up together. I'll say it again: united we stand, or else. You know, and look at the GOP. They did that. Now we know they didn't like Trump. Many of them didn't like Trump. Many of the candidates in the 2016 election was not feeling Trump, but they fell in line. They fell in line when it was all said and done. You hear many of them complaining, maybe here and there, vote against him. I mean, even John McCain, you know, John McCain had mad beef with Trump. But the majority of his votes was for the Trump agenda. I give him his credit for stepping up when it mattered on certain issues, but let's not get it twisted. He fell in line. He fell in line. He was with his peeps. Like I said, all hands on deck. It's not a game out here. So my question to you, what do you think about celebrities being more involved? What do you think about Cardi B stepping up? Do you think it's real from the heart? Or do you think that she's just doing a quick, you know, social media, you know, presentation just to get more votes and, you know, to tap into a whole different space? What's your take? Because I've heard it all. I mean, my stance, I think it was sincere. I think that she was speaking from her soul. You know, she's wealthy. So some people may be suspicious, skeptical about her honesty when she, you know, when she shows with great emotion that, you know, this is not right. But hey, you know, she performed in a way that she convinced me. Crystal says she was sincere, for sure. I think so too. I think so too. You know what? You know, I would throw this at y'all too. What made it sincere to y'all? I mean, when I saw it, I was like, whoa. I mean, just her conviction. I mean, shoot, if she was preaching, I would have put something in the orphan plate. Cause I was like, hallelujah. That's right. It was there. It was there. So Crystal, who sings in main, I think for sure knows more about Cardi than I do, says she talks about politics a lot. That's real. And I didn't know. I didn't really follow. I didn't really follow her like that. I like the music. I mean, as you can see, I play a little thing on the piano. I can play her songs and all that. I like it like that. That's one of my joints. I like Latin music too. Anyway, Leo Queen said, I think it's from the heart, for sure. It came from the heart, and she went in. Crystal said it's not like this is her first time saying something. That's real. See what I'm saying? That's that wasn't her first time. So, and you know what? That's real because in a way, I thought that I wouldn't say I thought it was her first time, but it just definitely came off as like her first time. And in fact, Crystal is the one who sent me the video on IG, and that's the kind of amplification that we need. And so that's what I said. You know what? After doing that video, I was like, let me talk about her. Let me say, yo, listen, Cardi, do your thing, girl. Do your thing. So Cardi's doing her thing, y'all, and I think we're gonna be hearing more from her, at least from me, because I'm definitely gonna be spreading her word and anybody else. I'm gonna talk about other people. I got into a little discussion on the sideline about Beyonce, and Beyonce. I've seen Beyonce very proactive, not in a vocal way. Not everybody's gonna be, on the front lines on that mic. Some people do it in their own ways, and they have to grow in politics to know what can be done. But Beyonce for sure has been putting her money where other people's mouths are. Like my homeboy, I call him my homeboy, but he's a different cup of tea for me. Dr. Umar Johnson, he has a lot to say. He critiques a lot of other African American leaders, particularly in mainstream politics. And right now we're trying to figure out where that money at with the school he's supposed to produce. It's like a few $100,000. But there are people on the low who are putting hundreds of thousands of dollars in our community, but they have it in the zip. And some of them not going to be all talk. So we got to do that research and figure out who's doing what. And that's for me too. I think I might make it my business now to perhaps, let's say, every other week or month, give an inventory list on who's doing what on our behalf. We got GD Stokes in the house. We got Miguel Murphy in the house. Was good up on Facebook. So let me play a little bit of Cardi. Let me play a little bit of what inspired me real fast. Here we go. Check it out. This is my girl Cardi right here, dropping it.
Hey y'all, I just want to remind y'all because it's been a little bit over 3 weeks, okay? It's been a little bit over 3 weeks. Trump is now ordering, as in summoning, federal government workers to go back to work without getting paid. Now, I don't want to hear y'all motherfuckers talking about, but Obama shut down the government for 17 days. Yeah, bitch, for health care. So your grandma could check her blood pressure and you bitches could go check your pussy in the gynecologist with no motherfucking problem. Now, I know a lot of y'all don't care because y'all don't work for the government or y'all probably don't even have a job, but this shit is really fucking serious, bro. This shit is crazy. Like, our country is in a hellhole right now, all for a fucking wall. And we really need to take this serious. I feel like we need to take some action. I don't know what type of action, bitch, because this is not what I do, but bitch, I'm scared. This is crazy, and I really feel bad for these people that gotta go to fucking work to not get motherfucking paid. Yeah, bitch, for health care. So your grandma could check her blood pressure, and you bitches could go check your pussy in the gynecologist with no mother.
My bad. I had to turn the mic back on. I was saying, yo, every time I hear Cardi B, I'm like Cardi B 2020. Can you imagine Cardi B running, giving her campaign speeches? You know what I'm saying? Listen, we got health care for you bees. she keeps it real in a way that nobody else can, and I really appreciate that. So, what I really like too, the way she preempted those who would, of course, would bring up Obama's, shutdowns under Obama. But she said, listen, don't get it twisted. That fight was for something for you. That fight was for health care, for the basic things that you need to live, to stay healthy, not just for you, but for your family, for your grandma. Right? So don't get it twisted. And I think that we probably need to add a little Cardi flavor. Is there a drink called Cardi? Is there a Cardi drink? Cause I probably try it. If there isn't, I'm gonna make my own little Cardi drink. I'm gonna be like, yo, toast to Cardi, we getting down. Crystal said I'll be her speechwriter. No doubt. So anyway, so my thing is that, what Cardi did is awesome. People trying to cut her down. Others are player hating. So I wanted to talk about it. So for the player haters, I say to you, show me what you're doing and I'll support you. Okay? Cardi ain't hurting the cause. She ain't hurting you. So instead of talking about her, talk about what you're doing so I can amplify what you're doing for us. GD Stokes said, these Trump Republicans were harassing Indians today. Oh, they sure were. Listen, if I'm gonna give credit for the Republicans and the Trump party, they on top of their game. Republicans on top of the game. They're not playing with us. Listen, they're really trying to take America back. I don't know if y'all really understand that. Now, some people may be fooled because they probably not doing it in a more aggressive way. But they're trying. They're testing our tolerance. Those tiki torchmen, they weren't playing games. If Antifa didn't step up and others didn't step up, they'll still be doing so much protesting and damage. Well, I wouldn't even call it protesting. They'll still be up here terrorizing our community. Yo, listen to me. They're trying to take this country back. They're serious. That phrase came out very early on around 2008 when Obama was running. And what is Trump's main campaign phrase? Make America great again. I don't know. My boy G still says Trump base is small. Yo, I think Trump's Navy SEAL team is small. However, his base runs in the tens of millions. His support for the wall is still running large. We're talking about tens of millions of people supporting Trump who will vote for Trump again. So I think that there's different degrees of intensity within his base. Now you have the diehards who are probably ready for a revolution right now. And I think that number is probably small. So they are 20 to 30% in his base. Well, it depends on what we call of the Republican base. Well, it depends. I mean, if we look at the percentage of Trump supporters, right? Let's just do that right now. Right now, so let's probably go to Pew or something. Okay, Americans blame Trump on the war. Let's look at how much Americans are standing up against Trump. Let's see here. So I'm at the Washington Post. Right, let's take an issue there. Let's think about it this way, right? Here's a way to think about it, y'all. So, more blame Trump and Republicans than Democrats for a shutdown, right? So who do you think is mainly responsible for the federal government shutdown? So 53 overall, 53%. 53%, only 53% thinks that Trump and Republicans in Congress are are to blame for the shutdown. That's only it's a bit more than half. That's not a great number. Right? So I'm doing it by issue. So which means more or less that we can safely say, within an error, a margin of error of 2 or 3 points, about 50 to 49, maybe 48% of people are or maybe for Trump. So let's see here. Among Democrats, no, so for Democrats, 85% of Republicans blame Democrats. 85% of Republicans. So we're talking about, like 50 million, just about almost 50 million people blaming Democrats, not Trump. So, I mean, was that what I was trying to make by using a specific agenda, particularly the wall? The wall is sort of the 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 main legacy for the Trump administration, right? He was talking about the wall, and Mexico was going to pay for the wall when he was running. So the wall is it. And among his base, right, 85% of Republicans blame the Democrats. That means he has at least 85% of his base, of the base that voted for him, which is nearly half the country. Republicans, obviously, they are in a minority. So this is real. This is really real, y'all. These numbers should remind us that it's really less about Trump and more about the people who want what he's trying to offer. That's what the reality is. This is why some historians say that our country at this moment is ripe for a certain kind of fascism that developed in Germany. This is real. But guess what? I want to go back to Cardi B. Cardi B knows that something ain't right, and so she stepped up. And I ask all of you to step up. This has been like a step up week. I was talking about masculinity, step up. I was talking about R. Kelly, we got to step up. I talked about the Gillette commercial. Guys, step up. This is a step up call to action. GD Stokes asks, do you think we can get him out of office? It depends on what we got cooking in that Mueller case, combined with the pressure that the Democratic House puts on him, such as investigations, exposing his tax history. All these things here can contribute to sort of a boiling point where the protective covering of his crimes, the protective covering of his transgressions, of his treason will be exposed. It will be burnt up. So in that way, it's possible. I saw a meme that said, listen, impeach Trump, indict Pence, and you know who's next in line? Nancy Pelosi. Yeah. So listen up, y'all. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Political Soul Food once again. I'm going live here, out and about in the city, and your participation is much needed. Yo, check your boy out on Patreon, patreon.com/Kasaun Henry, KASAUNHNRY. Your support will be very useful in helping me to carry on with these discussions and also to bring in guests and do juicy stuff, and interact with all of you. Check out the different tiers I got. Any way you feel like you want to support, please do. At the end of the day, just coming here, showing your face and in the wave is much love. Just spreading the word to a friend or a family member about what we're doing here, sending me a question or an idea or a topic or person to talk about is all support. Soul Brother Jerome said, what did he speak about to Putin in Helsinki? Okay, that could be a nice topic to We can do a day where we just go over all of the sort of the Trump transgressions. You know what I mean? We can do that one day for sure. But I'm gonna get ready to sign out right now, y'all. So I just want to end on this note. Cardi B did her thing. She stepped up in a way that I think many others should. I'm not saying that there aren't people stepping up. Kaepernick been doing his thing. LeBron, others have been doing their thing. Morgan Freeman apparently don't be playing with your boy. Um, so, I did a video on shouting out Cardi B. I asked you to check that out. Let me see if I can play that real fast before I sign out. I don't know if any of you heard it, but hey, let me just throw it up here for y'all. So let me just go to YouTube, and if I can get this going on before this computer die, um, then I'm gonna play it, and then we'll sign out on this. All right, this is my tribute to Cardi B. It's on YouTube and it's on IG. Let me make sure I started from the beginning. Here we go. Cardi B, good looks for coming up, stepping out on this crisis. Like it like that. I 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 like it like that. Shout out to Cardi B for coming out here, sharing her feelings, expressing her concern for this tragedy that we're going through here. People out here suffering, and hearing someone at her level, her status, her talent, to show her concern for the people was encouraging for all of us. This is what we need. Hearing the voices that can make moves, hearing the voices that can inspire. Cardi B, what you did was you electrified us. Your voice comforted those who are not seeing a check. Your voice comforted those who don't know where to go, where to look, or if anybody's even concerned about them. Your voice is adding support to many of our politicians like Nancy Pelosi and others who are out there on the front lines trying to make moves happen. And you put Mitch McConnell, Donald Trump and his administration and others on notice, letting them know. A lot of us are not going to tolerate this. A lot of us are concerned, and we're going to start speaking up and stepping up. And about what we can do, you jumping into this conversation, jumping into the political arena is a game changer. So please, keep coming. Keep using your voice to motivate us, to inspire us, to remind us when to vote. When it's voting time, not to sit down and let this stuff happen again. And also to keep the pressure on. Thank you very much, Cardi B. I like it like that. Mm-hmm. I like it like that. All right, so that's my little thing. Anyway, I'm gonna call it a night, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Stay up, stay positive, keep doing your thing. All right, peace and love. IG. And peace and love. Facebook. It's good to see y'all. And YouTube. I know. Y'all already know.